Hello, I'm Nancy Strickland, and in this video I'll talk about how to decide what parts of your IT software resources might be good candidates for deployment in the cloud. Choosing to move to the cloud doesn't have to be an all or nothing choice. In fact, it shouldn't be. Some apps or services or data just aren't good candidates for the cloud at all, and of those that are, some are better than others. In the rest of this video, I'll tell you about some of the applications and services that typically work well in the cloud, and about some types of apps that should probably stay in-house. The processes that are most critical to your business are those that should be getting the most resources. Those processes are often the ones that are unique and proprietary to your organization, those that give you a competitive advantage. One way to free up resources to be focused on those processes is by separating them from non-core processes such as email. Those non-core processes are often generic, and you can get all the functionality you need from a vendor. For example, unless you have special security or regulatory issues, you can get a hosted Exchange email service that will meet your needs at a very reasonable cost, probably lower than what you're paying now in-house when all the costs are considered. In addition, the larger capacity of a cloud provider means that if a server fails, your email service will be quickly migrated to another server and you won't experience any outage. That's a very significant advantage all by itself. Conferencing software is similar to email in that way. For a relatively low fee, you can get rid of all the headaches of configuration and maintenance and also experience less downtime, probably none in fact. Many CRM, customer relationship management systems, have licensing and maintenance issues that are handled less expensively by outsourcing them to a cloud provider. Outsourcing Office apps, which are among the most heavily used software in most organizations, can save both hardware, software, and human resources, but you'll have to be careful if you outsource them to make sure that all the functionality your users need is still there. Microsoft's online version of Office may be able to provide your users with all the functionality they expect in a familiar interface at a smaller cost. But it doesn't have exactly the same functionality as the regular Microsoft Office suite, so you'll just need to verify with your users that the cloud version will work for their needs. This is not a complete list of standard applications that can be safely and economically outsourced to the cloud. Look at your own software inventory and think about what's core and what's not, and also which of those non-core resources would benefit from the high availability provided by the cloud. The cloud's ability to scale quickly makes batch processing a great opportunity for cost savings with large batch processing that's periodic, not continuous. If you need large compute capacity only once a week or once a month or once a year, then it's clear that you can save costs by not buying server capacity that's going to be sitting unused for the rest of the time. Websites are usually excellent candidates for the cloud. The cloud provides the kind of quick scalability that websites often need because traffic can vary a great deal in a very short time. Cloud vendors guarantee a very high rate of uptime because they have such massive resources and can quickly migrate code from a failing server. Windows Azure, for example, guarantees 99.95% uptime if simple requirements are met, such as having at least 2 instances of your app or service. Web apps are also relatively easy to migrate. For example, applications already written for the web in ASP.NET can usually be moved to Windows Azure with very little effort and almost no new code or configuration. Customer and partner-facing applications or portals work well in the cloud because it eliminates some of the security problems caused by opening the corporate infrastructure to external traffic. Instead of migrating existing apps to the cloud, you could consider a strategy in which new investments are made to the cloud instead of in-house, whenever possible. For example, when you're going to have to make significant code changes, perhaps because of an outside cause like new regulations, write the new code for the cloud. This might or might not require rewriting all the existing code. You might, for example, be able to create a component for the new code and move it to the cloud as a service. If your business is growing and you're seeing the need to buy new server hardware, migrate code to the cloud to take advantage of the lower total cost of ownership of servers in the cloud. When a legacy app needs maintenance, that's a good time to rewrite it for the cloud. Some types of applications don't make as good a candidate for the cloud. Apps that need access to the underlying hardware are a problem because many cloud providers use only virtualized servers and can't provide access to the underlying hardware. If your app needs administrative privileges, your vendor may or may not give you all or any administrative rights over the machines on which you run. And although cloud vendors provide very good basic security, if you have special needs, you'll need to consult with your vendor to see if they can meet them. This quick overview of selecting resources to move to the cloud was brought to you by MSDev. You can keep up with what's new on MSDev on these social networking sites. Below the Twitter logo here is my personal Twitter ID. I use Twitter to announce new videos as they're posted, so you can follow me if you want to know that. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.